Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Day 12 out of 50 of the SAT Math Prep series. And today we're going to be working on geometry and trigonometry problem types. And looking at our first problem, we have a geometry question. What is the length of one side of a square that has the same area as a circle with radius 2? So a circle with radius 2, what is the area of a circle? It is pi r squared. So when the radius is 2, we plug in 2 over here, that's going to be 4, so we get 4 pi. So that's the area of a circle with a radius of 2. So it's asking for the length of one side of a square with the same area. So if the area, we know that the area of a square is equal to the side length squared. And we know that this quantity is going to be equal to 4 pi since it's the same. The area of the square is the same as the area of the circle. So looking at this, it's asking for one side, so we solve for s. So s is equal to plus or minus the square root of 4 pi. Oh, that glitched out there. Okay, and then we have to only consider the positive value. And then we look at our answer choices and we realize, oh, can't be that. It has a square root for sure, and it can't be that, but none of our answers are there. So we look at this quantity, and we simplify the square root of 4 because we know the square root of 4 is also equivalent to 2. So it's also so we bring the 2 outside of the square root and square root the pi. That's just a basic algebra rule you kind of need to know to simplify down square roots. So our answer is going to be C for this one. Looking at our second question, a right square prism has a height of 14 units. The volume of the prism is 2016 cubic units. What is the length in units of an edge of the base? Okay, right square prism. We can draw, or I can try and draw my best. Just pretend it's good. Oh my goodness. Okay, that. Now it's asking for one edge of the base. So it's given the height. So the height, and then we have a side. So we know that the volume of this figure is equal to s squared times h. So the volume of this square on the bottom or on the top, same deal, times the height of the prism. And we know that the volume is also equal to 2016 cubic units. And we're given h. So s squared is equal to unknown, and h is equal to 14, and this is equal to 2016. So I'm going to pull up my calculator, and we have s squared is equal to 2000 over 16 divided by 14, and we also take the square root of that. S is equal to, so 2016 divided by 14 is 44. Remember, it's plus or minus here. And that's going to be your answer. However, it's only going to be 12 because the real world applicability of this math problem is volume, length, etc. So this is the side length of an edge of the base, and how in the world is length going to be negative? So we take the positive part of this answer for this question. So that's your answer for that one. Looking at the next question. In triangle XYZ, angle Z is the right angle and the length of YZ is 24 units. If tan X is equal to 12 over 35, what is the perimeter in units of triangle XYZ? Okay, so we're looking for the perimeter. So I'm going to draw this out here. So triangle X, Y, Z. Z is the right angle. We know that the length of YZ is 24. And we know that tan of X is equal to 12 over 35. So I'm going to quickly write down sohcahtoa for those of you who haven't seen the other episodes. So sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. And here we have the tan of x. This is what's given. So this is the angle right here, tan of x. So we have the opposite side, which is over here, and we have the adjacent side, which is over here. So 12 over 35 is equal to opposite over adjacent. So our opposite side is equal to 12, but we already have our opposite side over here, and it's 24. So what we want to do is multiply this expression by 2. I'm just going to write that there, because that way we know our adjacent side not just as a ratio, but as an actual length. So that's going to be 70. And then using Pythagorean theorem, I have no idea if I said that right, but I hope you guys understand me. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. We can find the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse, the longest side, is always C. A and B are the other two sides. So we have 24 squared plus 70 squared is equal to C squared, and we can take the square root of both and find our answer. This is all, you never even need to put plus or minus for this, because since it's always used to solve length, pretty much, you can just neglect the negative part of the answer. So 24 squared is equal to 576 plus 70 squared is equal to 4,007 or 900. And then if we add these and then we take the square root, we have 74, which is wrong. I don't know what I did there. Oh, wait, it's right. So 74 is this side, and now we add each of the side lengths to get our total perimeter. So I got lost there for a second. I said, oh, 74, that's our answer. It's not over here. But I needed to take a step back, look at the problem, and realize it's asking for the whole perimeter. So looking at that, for our perimeter, 74 plus 24 plus 70, that's going to give us 8, 14, 16, 168. And then there's your answer, 168 units. We're going to do this last problem for today. Square x has a side length of 12 centimeters. The perimeter of square y is 2 times the perimeter of square x. What is the length in centimeters of one side of square y? Okay, so I'm going to draw this out quickly. 12, and then the perimeter is 2 times. So for this, 12, 12, 12, 12. So we know that this is 48. And we know that this one is going to be 96, since it's 2 times 48. We know that the perimeter for this one is going to be 96. And then we can divide 96 divided by 4, the number of sides, to get the side length of each edge of the square. And it's going to be 24 for each one. I'm not going to write the rest of it. 24 for each would be your answer, which is D. I look at this problem and I just see, oh, it's going to be 24 since the perimeter is 2 times. Each side is going to be 2 times. A little more intuitive way of thinking about it. But if that doesn't come to mind, just step by step mathematically, you won't go wrong. And yeah, we're going to stop at this one for today. A lot of geometry, a little less trigonometry that we dealt with today. But once again, sohcahtoa popped up. You need to know that. You need to know, you don't necessarily need to know the volume of every shape. I'm pretty sure that most of those shapes are given to you, the volume and whatnot, on your formula sheet. And that's going to be a little pop-up in the top right of your screen. It's going to be like a reference sheet, like here in the top during test day, like as an option on the menu next to like the timer. But yeah, I hope this video helped, and please join for the next episode and subscribe to the channel. All right, bye.